Hi and welcome to Python multiplication timetable. So I'll just demonstrate how it works. Supposing we want to go for 12 times table there. Okay, let's say I want to go for something else. Okay, just add that there. Let's say you want to go for 4 times table. You have to scroll down, and there we go, guys. Okay. So what I will do now is take you guys straight into Python development environment, and I'll show you how I've put this together. So let's create one together now. Okay, we close this, start a new program entirely right there. Okay, let me increase this font so that you guys can see. I think 16, let's go for 18. Click on OK so that you guys can see it. Alright, we're going to start by importing as follows from tk inner. Okay, import star. So we're importing all of the components within the library. So the next thing is define the name of my program first. So that'll be multiply equals tk. You can see the T is in capital letter and the K is in lowercase. Now let's copy that. Now come here, let me give it a title, dot title, and that will be, let's go for multiplication table. There, close that, and let me declare, I'll declare the following variable: text input equals string. I will use that to accept values. Okay, so that is the framework now. So let me just come in here and say multiply dot main, and I'd like it to loop. So if I run this now, what you see will just be a plain form. Let's save it first. Let's save it right here somewhere. Let's just give it a name, call it multiply. Come right in here and save. Okay, let's run it and see what we've done so far. There, it's just an ordinary form. So close that. Now the next thing is, let me add 4 widget there. The first one, I'm going to call that label. Label equals the label widget itself, and that will be multiplied as the name of the program, comma, and the text content in there, I would like that to be, let's make it multiplication table right there. Close that. We need to close that. Okay, that is my widget for, that will be the heading. But one thing first, let me get rid of this. So comma, and let's set the font to, let's make that to be area, comma, and make it 20, comma, and also make it bold. Close that. Now that is the method for the font. The next thing is, let's go for the font color itself. So I'm going to make that black. So you can always enter 06 of those and close that. That is black. Then I now need to say dot grid so that I can specify where I want my widget. So I want it on row 0, column. The column will be 0 as well, because I'll be using just one column, and about 4 in total. I should be using 4 rows. So if I run this now, let's save and run. This is what you guys will see for now. Okay, So we have the title there for my program and the main title as well in there. Okay, I will just copy this. Let's copy it and paste and change the name of the widgets this time around. Paste that in there. Now I want to change the name of this very widget, so let's change that to entry. There's another widget called entry. Get rid of the W, and this entry, in this case, let me call that txt input. Okay, now the next thing is to define the variable for this widget. So let's get rid of the title and just enter text variable. The text variable I intend to use is right here, text input. So copy that and just paste it right in here. Paste. Okay, so that is taken care of. Comma, no BD. That's one of the properties of this entry. Okay, so now let's set the, I'm gonna have to set the insert and set width. Let the width be equals to 4, and let's go for background color BG equals powdered blue. Okay, alright, so that's my BG. So let's also align it center. Justify to align the method or the function is justify. Justify equals center. Close that right there. Okay, now I need to specify my location. So let's get rid of this. Let's bring that here. So the location in this case, if the label is in row 0, so this one will be row number 1. Okay, so let's give that a try as well and see how it looks. Right there. Okay, you can see my label right here, and that is my entry. We can only enter this entry, only accepts data horizontally. Okay, but we also need another one that will accept data in a multiple line. This only use accept data in just one single line. So for multiple line, I'm going to use the text widget. So let's come in here. I'm going to call that txt display equals text. So for the text, let me just copy this as well. That's the name of my program. So I'm going to define the width of this. Let's make that 30, and height, let's go for height. I think I'll make that about 23. And back color, let me select my favorite color, copy that and paste it in here right there. Then the next thing I would do is, let's go for the border style. Let's say BD equals 16, and the font, comma, font, press enter. Let's just copy this font right here, copy that, paste it right here. Now we have the font in place as well. And one other thing that I should do now, maybe, okay, let's just close that, and let's wrap it up. Copy all of these. That makes life easy. I'll come right down here, just enter txt display. Okay, paste that there, and this will be column, row 2, column 0. Okay, that is that. Okay, let's run it and see how it looks like for now. Alright, I have my text input right there. That's it. And as you can see here, we can only enter it just on one row. Why this accept multiple rows? Okay, so let's continue now. The next thing we now need is we need just one more widget. We already have 1, 2, and 3. So the next one will be a button. So this very button, let me just call that btn times table equals button right there, and the name of the program, copy it, paste it right in here, and let's set some padding for this. Pad x equals 16, and also pad y. Pad horizontally and vertically 16, 16. Then border BD equals 8. Yeah, why not? Then FG, that is the font color, equals black. If you like, you can always type black, it's the same. Okay, you can enter black, and that's black. That's the code for black there as well, so you can just type in black. The choice is yours. Then the next thing is, let's get a font in place. Just copy this instead of typing, paste that right there. Now the font is in place, enter a comma right there. Then you want a text on it. The text that I want on it equals, let's just call that multiplication there. Now comma, then BG equals, let's go for my favorite color, powdered blue. Paste it there. Right. Okay, I'm going to need a command. So maybe let's just call my command equals time table. I haven't created that command yet, and let's enter the width. Let's just finish with this side first. Width equals 18. Close that, and we now need our position for this button itself. So the position of this button will be row number 3 there. So I finished with the button. So I'm just gonna copy that. I need my function, so come right up here, just enter define table, time table, column, parenthesis column. So let's use an iteration for x in range, let's say range 1, comma 13. Okay, now that is the range. So if let's say this variable m int, then that'll be my input, this very input right there. Just copy and paste it in there. Input dot get whatever is inside the entry array. Okay, input, then let's say txt display, dot insert, okay, and comma x, this very x there. So whatever is inside the x is in there. So if I run this program now, what you see is 1 2 3 and so on. But first thing first, let's copy this txt display, paste that underneath there, and just enter end and change this to as follows. Okay, to give us new line. So if I run it, that will just give me 1 to 12. Let's save and run for now. With our button, let's reduce the size of this first to, let's reduce that to maybe about 12 and take it from there. Run again. Okay, now we can see what we're doing. So if I click on this, I think we have an error there. So let's see why do we have an error. Invalid. Okay, so let's come back in here. Alright. Okay, because I was supposed to enter some data in here. You see that I didn't enter no data, and yet I specified right here input, so that is wrong. Alright, so you see it works as expected. So if I run it again, okay, there, but that's not what I want. I want it to be multiplication timetable, so that's fine. And one other thing is, if you guys notice, this thing is not fixed. Okay, you see, so I think we should make that fixed. Okay, to make that fixed, I think I'll come in here and just enter multiply. There's an I missing. Multiply dot resize equals 0. So if I run it now, okay, right up here you can see you cannot resize it anymore. So we enter whatever we want to enter in there. Okay, so let's go back. Now the next thing we want to do is finish up with the codes here. Right here, there's a comma. I want it to tab and comma, show multiplication sign, tab. Okay, that's a T. Be careful you don't get that wrong. Comma. Then I'm using the variable m right here that is storing the data in here. Multiply, okay, comma, then tab T, comma, then I want equals. All of this in speech mark will just be data that will be displayed. Equals tab again, comma, then x multiply by m. There, I think I'm right. I have my tab there. Okay, let's give that a try and see. Run the program for now. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, that's it. Enter whatever in there. Right there, guys. Can you see that? Multiplication timetable. So all we just need to do now is to format this so that you can see all of the times table itself. Okay, let's come inside the code here. I think, okay, that's it. Let's change the font. Instead of 20, make that 10. Run this program again, and in that case we may have to increase the height. Let's go back to 23. Let's run it and see. Okay, there we go, guys. Now we get it where we want it. Alright, 9 times table right there. You see that, guys? And that's how you develop your own multiplication timetable using the GUI method of Python. But before I call it bye for now, let me show you guys the lines of code. You import as follows. Declare your function right there. And here I have the names of that is my form, and that is the name of the form. Make it non-resizable, variable declared that was used inside the function. And right here have all the widgets used: label, entry, text box, and a button. And all other things that you guys are seeing here are just the attribute of each object that was used. Okay, so have a good look at it so that you can develop one yourself. Let's take that up. Maybe reduce this so that you can see all of the codes in one. Let's come to about 14. Okay, those are the lines of codes. Run it one more time. And make that 11 times table. Move that up there. And that's how you create your own multiplication timetable in Python. Bye for now.